Discipline. Does counting to 3 really help children follow directions? Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Nahome from Five Senses Academy. Welcome. Today, I'd like to talk about discipline. This is a subject that all parents are always interested in because it's so tricky. Every child is different, every age is different. There are so many variables when it comes to discipline. If we began talking about discipline, we could go from sunup to sundown and never end. So today I just want to talk about one component of discipline, and that is the magic countdown. Counting to 3 to get your child to obey. Okay, so the counting to 3 method does work. It depends on when you use it, how you use it, and where you use it. It depends on how consistent you as a parent are. Counting to 3 lets your child know when time's up for what you asked them to do. The problem is this method isn't always used correctly, and so it has a bad rap. Children are very intelligent, and at some point, counting to 3 can become a game to them. So it's very important that you do it right. Okay, so let's talk about the proper method that you should use when counting down to 3. From the very first time you use this magic number 3 countdown, it should be clear. Before you open your mouth to speak to your child to tell them exactly what it is you want them to do, you have to know where you're going with this. Is it important that they do what you ask? Is it okay if they do it by the time you count to 3, or does it need to be an immediate reaction from them? And number 3, what is the consequence if you do hit 3? So let's say you ask Johnny to go brush his teeth for bed, and Johnny's playing with his Legos. So Johnny's playing with his Legos, and you gave him a countdown. You said, in 5 minutes is going to be time to brush your teeth. Okay, so you're playing, and you say, Johnny, okay, it's time to go brush your teeth now. And Johnny's like, I don't want to brush my teeth, I just want to play and play and play. You say, okay, Johnny. So you think, okay, at this time, I'm serious, I need him to get up, I need him to know this is serious. So I'm going to count to 3. This is all in your head. So I'm going to count to 3, and if he does not, what is going to be the consequence? Before you count to 3, you need to already know what the consequence is, and you need to tell Johnny. So you'll say to Johnny, okay, Johnny, I've asked you to go brush your teeth several times, and you're not being a good listener. Now, by the time I count to 3, if you are not in the bathroom brushing your teeth, then you'll sit in timeout. I don't know. Whatever your consequence is going to be. So you count. Now, here's where a lot of parents get it wrong. First, you tell them what the consequence is going to be before you even begin. Next, you count to 3. It's not 1, Johnny, why aren't you moving? I'm going to be at 3 very soon. 2, Johnny, if I get to 3, you won't be very happy. 2.5, Johnny. No. Instead of doing all that, stay calm, stay purposeful, and count. Pause in between. 1. Don't say anything between the counting. 2. 3. You walk over, you grab Johnny's hands, you walk him over to timeout, and you sit him down, if that's the consequence that you're using. Whatever the consequence is, you need to follow through. Now, one thing that children do, they start to play around. So you say 1, 2, 3, and then as soon as you reach the 3, they start running to do what you said. Nope. The minute your mouth says 3 and he's not where he needs to do, you've got to follow through. No more negotiation, no more talking. That was the rule. So there's no more explanation. But Johnny, you should have listened. None of that. Very seriously, you go, you take Johnny, you take him to his consequence, and that's it. There's no more discussion at that point. This is very effective, and you have to be consistent. The minute you start counting, no matter where you are, because what happens is you'll be in the library or church, and your child will start to scream at the top of their lungs. Nope. That's why before you count, you think about what that consequence is, and will you be able to follow through wherever you are. You think about what that consequence is going to be, and you make sure that it's a consequence that you're going to be able to follow through no matter where you are, because they will make a scene. You're going to have to go through some kicking and screaming, especially the first time. But what will happen after is your child will say, oh, mommy's serious. Now, there are some children that wander. 1, okay, I'm going to play a little longer. 2, I'm playing longer. 3, and then after 3, run and go do it. No. And that's what's happening. That's why a lot of parents are feeling like counting down doesn't work, because kids feel like this is a little stalling. They get to spend a little more time. You're going to give a lecture in between each count. No, it's a very simple 1, 2, 3. Now, there are many ways to discipline. You might not want to count, and counting might be used just for specific times, for specific reason. That's something we can explore in another video. I made another video where I explained using the magic words and how that may be helpful. In this case, it could be helpful. Johnny, are you going to go brush your teeth now, or do I have to help you? That's also another way to go. So counting down is not always the right thing to do, but if you're going to do it properly, and it will be effective. It will be so effective that you could be in a very public place and you say, Johnny, I'm counting to 3. Very quietly. No one even has to know what's going on. Johnny, I'm counting to 3, and if you don't get it, XYZ is going to happen. And 1. Johnny knows you're following through no matter what, because he has seen you do it. He has the experience of you doing it each time. You have been consistent. He knows he better not mess around, because mommy's not playing when mommy's counting. Thank you so much for coming along and talking with me about discipline, a very tricky subject. I'm sure you have a lot on your mind, a lot that you've done, a lot of thoughts on using this method. Please write them down in the comments below and let's talk about it.